Is this thing on? Okay, let me explain. It's too much. Luckily, I have almost 3,000 videos for that. Let me sum up. Okay. The map is not the territory, so look both ways. So Copenhagen interpretation is always alive and well. Exactly. Thank you for that. Non-stitched grid pin of any kind. How do we circumvent Einstein's theory of everything and the little lapses in between paradoxes and whatnot of potamouses? Temporal order's not relevant. The grid has consciousness but no will. Look how pretty. Heidi. Heidi. Bonjour. This reminds me of Peanut Jack and Grand Maddie in Connecticut. To be kind becomes my only goal. We're all going to be doing his tap dance. When I tell them my philosophy, I want to be happy, but I won't be happy. Okay, so John Nelson Darby in 1730 understood something he couldn't identify that he ended up believing was the rapture. Yeah, it was 1730, so he would have used a biblical context for that, but it is neuroplastic, in fact, and they are one and the same. Because if you believe and you don't do anything to fart up other people's chi, you actually can call it whatever you want. Same concept as placebo effect. It is not the sugar pill, but rather the repeated taking of a pill and saying, I am making myself well, that does in fact make you well. What's the key? It's neuroplastic. Repeat both ways. Repeat. Until you eventually prune back in the network with both ways. With both ways again. With both ways twice. Huh? And there's a man on a bike. Okay, so neuroplastic. He wouldn't have had the access to understand it from that perspective, but when you prune back an old behavior and replace it with one that is more constructive, wire together, fire together, fire together, wire together. How does it work? Epigenetically. You have access to your DNA in a 7th floor flow state. DNA is the barrier. The man. That just brought me back to Stage Door Manor. Tom Pye. 7th floor creation level. 44, double stitched. Cool. Huh. That just took me all the way back to Stage Door Manor and Tom Pye making some of the most beautiful sets ever in the history of ever. Which of course ties us into Tom because of Francis Bacon, who also helped edit the King James Version of the Bible. Poet Ape is involved, as we all know, John Keats, Ben Jonson, all of the Friday Street Cipher gang, they know Shakespeare's illiterate. So basically we're going to be knocking down everything. Presuppositions about reality, time, space, focused flow glow, 7th floor, which is basically a suspended state. Schrodinger's cat hangs out there. Heisenberg hangs out there. The idea of time travel, the idea of reality in general. Delayed choice double slit experiment. We bridge the gap using Feynman's rainbow and his formalistic path. Formalism. I still don't really understand what that article was talking about with his integration of the ideas, but I think it's what I keep saying, which is once you understand how to watch yourself and you understand how to see your file epigenetics, understanding what you tether to, your patterns, that kind of becomes the opposite of that sound. It becomes kind of easy, actually, because it's skilled. Other than conscious level, it's a skilled. We're just going to walk past this. Please forgive me for. I can stop recording, I guess. Or you can just enjoy it, that sometimes things in life are unpleasant, and moving through them with grace is how we learn. Good morning! I like your crocs! I like your crocs! You have a good Halloween! I'm glad I did! We have Blue Hue up here, and I was like, I like your crocs! Hello! And there's the FedEx truck. Crocs remind me of Shmoo and Dan. Walking around, seeing the city. And this is the place in that has the rose bushes. Yeah. What else? What else? Applied quantum theory requires that you understand that everybody, including the grid on which you play, is relevant and H&H. What's H&H? 88. 88. Ah, ça c'est là. So we have a neutral grid pin silver car with a California plate next to what? Double 8 art. So double 8 art triangulated with flames HH, which is of course 88. I mean, there's a whole system to the pattern, and the key is you need to know enough about everything that you can not only see the pattern but then attach it to files that make sense. I understand what's going on with the Lakers right now, and all the lines are getting cleaned for the 7th floor, which the good news is we win the title. Nash is back. He will be. The bad news is I think that popsicle that I saw melting and going through the slats and just leaving a sticky residue on Halloween. I don't know. I have to go in and get some peasant bread. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be very good. Is this thing on?